if you spilled a whole can of Coke, that's what I'm going to show in a second, usually deep into the backing and into the cushion. Wicking is very common with soft drinks. And usually what you have is a complaint, you've taken care of it, and about 2 to 3 days later you get a call. The spot is back, or worse yet, there are more spots and they're bigger than ever. What happens is it's wicked up during the night, but it's not visible, but because it left a sticky residue, as people walk on it, etc., it becomes very visible. And regardless, let's say that this is the first time at it, just have the customer absorb most of it, just like we've talked about before. We thoroughly rinse out. If it's extremely heavy, we're going to use the water claw to flush it out. Since wicking is the most probable thing that's going to happen to us, we'll use Stain Blotter or ARA. Here's that spill that I did with my Diet Coke. The entire can got spilled over. Using the next day, use the temple to pull out most of it, but of course some is left on the surface, and I know most of it's down in the backing. There's no question about it. Here I'm literally pouring a bucket of water, just plain water, on the area. And I'm using my water claw to pull that out. Once I, because it has a clear plate, I can see when it's through. I will use those little red levers to release the vacuum so I can move it. You just keep doing that until you've got it as dry as possible. That'll flush it all out. Don't need a spotter for in this case. All I really need to do is apply my stain blotter as I'm doing here, because there is going to be a wicking problem. I want to cover the area very well. Every place that it's wet, I'm working it in well with the whiz broom. I want it to work as a poultice to absorb it all. And normally the next day we vacuum it up. Next day, but as you can see, the stain's all gone, and I can tell you this was 2 months ago, and that stain never came back. So that's the best way of approaching a big spill like that. Here's a bigger picture of the water claw spot lifter that you can see a little better.